All right, everyone. Here we are with ticker symbol PLUG, Plug Power Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So, Plug had hit a low down here of about $2 and some change. Started to rise. It ran up all the way almost to $10 and some change. Started to dip. Hit a low here of about $7. Started to rise again, and it's been in sideways movement for some time, and then it shot up from around $10 all the way up to about $20. It was like 19 and some change. Started to dip since then, and we're here at $15. So what's important for the next coming days? Well, earnings is coming up in about literally 2 weeks. By the beginning of next week, we should see this either start to run up if earnings is good, or people are really wanting to play this by earnings, because a lot of times a lot of investors, they like to jump in before earnings or after earnings or hold through. I mean, there's just so different types of techniques, I'd say, for lack of a better word, techniques that people use and do as investors to play and ride these waves. But we're gonna have to see how this plays out next week and how it plays up till the buildup of the 5th. Now, earnings was better than expected, and then now they're expecting it to be negative 0.07, and honestly, it turned out to be negative 0.03, and they were expecting it to be zero point 0.1 here. That's here on TradingView. I don't know any other platforms what they're saying or what they're thinking, but right now it seems like there might be a surprise in the positive run if this is actually that's been a reason for their use, and it's been growing. I'm not quite sure if it's actually going to be better than expected, but I don't see why it shouldn't be, right? I mean, it's been growing towards it, and there's some sell-off before it, and we're going to have to see how this is going to play out. It could be selling off due to taking profits, and people are thinking of jumping back in because this might actually, either dip a little bit more and then shoot back up, or it's actually kind of done with that whole entire dip, and this is actually going to level off and bring itself back up. I mean, that's ideally what every investor is expecting, and if Plug Power has actually been this bullish, I don't see why it won't continue to grow, because when you look at the growth here, it's pretty healthy. It was steady here, and then it shot up, steady here in sideways movement, and it shot up. Now, the only thing I'm not noticing to be healthy is this dip here. This dip is actually pretty hard slope and a downward direction. Usually when there's healthy growth, you want that sideways movement and then shoot up. And then actually here, it actually didn't do much of a sideways movement. It slightly fell and it shot up, and then it went in sideways direction, shot up, but now we're falling back down close to where this was about to stop the bullish run. So there's some really important indicators here that we're going to look at as I zoom in, so that we can pay close attention to what's important for Monday and this upcoming week and the days to come. So currently, Plug Power is slightly in bullish territory, and the tug of war is going to be interesting. So I had stated here that one of the most important numbers here, due to the fact that it slightly started to level off and it was stopping from continuing the bullish run, but it continued, is down here at these numbers. And that's $13 and around 30 cents. I'll round it up. That's an important number. If it breaks through that, this will see newer lows. And currently, we are at the lowest point of about 14.36, 14.37, give or take. So those are some important numbers here. And we're going to move this to the right location so that we can see what's important for our support levels on Monday. And those numbers I had mentioned earlier of $13 and some change, and $14.36 and 37, give or take, are super important for us to keep in mind, because if it breaks through those, they could be on their way to newer lows. But right now, this is at 1503. slightly above the 50-day moving average, and the 50-day moving average is $15. As long as we stay above it, bulls are in control. If we fall below it, the bears have gained control. So the bears are going to want to try to cross that 50-day moving average. If they're able to, they got themselves back into bearish territory, and their next goal is to break through the lowest point of the day before this leveling off and slight run here from the bulls. They're going to want to break through this support of 1473. I'd pay very close attention to the behavior of this stock if it breaks through 1473, and how quickly is it going to newer lows. Super important to keep that in mind. How quickly is it pulling away from the 50-day moving average and heading in a downward direction, or is it hanging out sideways, giving a chance for the bulls to bring it back up and start to bring this back up to bullish territory? So you're going to want to pay close attention to how this stock is reacting if it breaks through support, which is 1473. On the other hand, we have our resistance. This resistance needs to be broken through by the bulls to continue this momentum, pull away from the 50-day moving average, and start to work their way up to newer highs and newer resistance levels. So this resistance level here is 1513. The bulls need to break through 1513, turn that into a support so they can start to pull away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction, hitting new resistance levels and newer highs. So super important for the bulls. They can't hang out sideways or anything like that, because this could start to catch up to the price. It's not that far from it, and it can by default get them into bearish territory, giving leverage to the bears. So super important for the bulls to break through this resistance 1513 and turn it into a support. I'd pay very close attention to how this stock is reacting, because the tug of war will be interesting on Monday. We're going to have to see how it continues to play out the rest of the week. And as always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. In that video, I talk about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. I highly recommend every investor to check it out. I talk about how it's been reacting, and in this video that I just posted today, you'll be able to see the updated one. And just to give you guys a sneak peek, it's right here. I talk about the circles of how it acted recently, and I'm going to talk about what to expect in this area and what's to come. So what does it mean for us that the S&P 500 is rising these several points that we see here when I circle them and I go into more detail in the video? Well, it means for us as investors that there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not sound like a lot, but per share that does add up, and that's an opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. I'm there to just share this information, pass it along. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to tell you that you're gonna be guaranteed profits or anything like that, but it is a strategy that if you use it wisely, you do your research and you do your due diligence, you can maximize profits and minimize losses. Click on the link. It should be popping up soon. Thank you guys again for watching. And if you're a first-time viewer and you haven't subscribed, please do so. And don't forget to click on that bell so you don't miss a single video. Thank you guys, and let's make some money.